hit and just made platinum status. Scratch your way to the top and play Hit 100 from the lottery. Hitting it big with $100 prizes. Must be at least 21 to purchase. We've got a 4-2 LSU lead. Bottom of the fourth inning. Shortstop Stephen Milam will lead it off. Milam with a base hit back in the first inning. Scored a run when the Tigers played at 4. Stands in from the left side as Anthony Pinchton continues his work on the mound for the Lions in the first pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Milam did a really good job in that first inning of hitting the ball the other way. Had a base hit to left field.
The 0-1. Missing low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Billingsley, the third baseman for the Lions, playing even with the third base bag just off the infield cut. Now they'll move Jenkins, the shortstop, right of second base. So Billingsley, the third baseman, a man on an island here with a hitter who certainly, as Buzzy just mentioned, can go opposite field. That pitch, a called strike. That's 1-2. Now they'll realign Billingsley, move him to the 6 hole.
Got him moving around all over the place.
A lot of chess being played here by Coach Prakniak. Here's the 1-2. Milam pulls this one a little too much. Foul down the first base line. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Anthony Pinchton up to 70 pitches on the afternoon.
So they institute the shift here to the right side of the infield against the left-handed hitting Stephen Milam. Pinchton's 1-2 upstairs, evens a count. Buzzy told you prior to first pitch, a lot of action across the SEC already underway. A few games later this afternoon. Just now getting started as Milam swings at this one high in the air to right center field. Everybody on the run, and Stephen Milam sends it out of here. His 4th home run of the year, a solo shot, and the Tigers now lead 5-2. What did I tell you, Buzz?
You were right on cue, Chris. Earlier in the game, you said Stephen Milam going to be a guy that going to be sneaky with the home runs this year. May not lead the team, but he's going to be a guy that's going to be up there and give a little power to this team where a lot of people thought they might not have a whole lot. And he got a pitch up in the zone to quiet lower half, just gets through it and drives it out to right center.
Second home run of the day for the Tigers. Another LSU Online home run. Fans knock it out of the park with LSU Online and continuing education. Tigers now 5 runs on 4 Bingo Pest Product base hits, 2 of which left the building. First pitch now to Jake Brown, misses low. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Pinchton giving up just his 2nd home run of the year. Through 16 innings pitched. Here's the 1-0. And a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brown. And now we'll start to see a little more activity start to toil down in the Lion bullpen. Again, they'll have the shift on for Brown, the left-handed hitter. Brown with a base hit and drove in a run back in that first inning. Fouls this one off. Slow roller near Jay Johnson at the Tiger dugout, first base side. And again, they started Billingsley even with the third base bag, and now with a 1-2 count, they'll move him into the 6 hole. 3 infielders right of second base, and the 1-2 by Brown, lifted in the air to right field, but it dies and will be handled by Sherwood just shy of the track for the first out of the inning. Good knock off the bat of Jake. Results in the first out. Now we'll see Tanner Reeves. LSU now with 24 home runs on the year. Tanner Reeves has one of those. Came on Friday in the big win over North Alabama. First pitch, fastball, strike, and it's 0-1.
Got a right-hander down in the Lions bullpen. That's number 12, Dylan Morrill.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Reeves couldn't make contact. Falls behind, 0-2. Fans Dudley DeBosier, they stand up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across the great state of Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU athletics. Called strike 3, and Tanner Reeves did not agree, to say the least. Thought it was a little inside, but they'll say caught the outer black or inner black. The second out of the inning. Anthony Pinchton now with 3 strikeouts on the day. That'll bring Cade Arambidi to the plate. He flied out to left field, and Noah Nash Rippon his first time up in the second.
Yeah, Pinchton went to the changeup to Reeves, and could have been a little in and down, but it was probably too close to take with 2 strikes. It was really a heck of a pitch by the Lions starter.
Arambidi awaits, and the first pitch jumps on but fouls out of play, and it's 0-1.
And we heard in the scouting report that Pinchton was going to throw a bunch of sliders, and he's mixed in the changeup a lot too. The fastball is definitely a kind of a third pitch for him. He doesn't throw it all that often.
The 0-1 just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Arambidi, one of 3 catchers Jay Johnson utilizing in the early season. This pitch got loose from Pinchton, took a bounce in front of the plate, got away from Delgado, and it's 2-1. Corner infield slightly even with both the first and third base bag with a right-handed hitter. The 2-1. They get a spinner and a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. With 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch fouled straight down into the plate. Keeps the count even.
Arambidi, his last at bat, hit a ball pretty good to left field, and those are the ones that you just need to fall when you're struggling a hair. You're trying to get that batting average up, trying to get out of that hole. I mentioned that you need to get a little good fortune in baseball, and Arambidi hadn't had that early in this season.
2-2 pitch. This time lifts this one to center field. Alex Wilson having to go back just shy of the track. Comes over to his left and able to get it for out number 3. Quite a ride from Arambidi to the deepest part of the park. But the box holds it. Wilson makes the play, and the Tigers come away with 1 run on 1 hit. It was a solo shot by Stephen Milam, his 4th home run of the year. Give the Tigers a 5-2 lead. We head to the 5th inning. It's a 5-2 LSU lead over North Alabama here in Game 3. Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair doing double duty. We appreciate you tuned in on the SEC Network Plus. We apologize. We get a little wordy, but that's also because we have a radio audience as well. First pitch from Shores got loose inside, just missing Delgado, who leads it off, goes all the way to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Again, the Tigers, as Buzzy mentioned, have personnel down in the bullpen. Nobody up and throwing as of yet. This will be pitch number 80 for Shores in a start this afternoon. As Delgado's been very effective with the bat, not only today, but this weekend. A couple of base hits, an RBI in today's game. A single in the first, again in the third to drive in a run. 1 ball, 1 strike to Delgado. He's upped his average to .326. As we mentioned, he's been the best hitter all weekend for the Lions. The 1-1. Oh, just missed the outside corner, and that's another one that Chase Shores is going to wince a little bit, take a little extra time, try to shake that one off. That one extremely close, but ruled ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Little tapper in the infield grass. Going to be a tough play. Charging in, and the throw is going to be held on to. That time coming in charging was Tanner Reeves, as it just took 3 dead bounces on that infield grass left of the mound, and Reeves had to come in a long way, gloved it, and then wisely, with the momentum carrying him, decided let's just pocket this one, give it an infield single, and reset. So, leadoff batter aboard, and Delgado, who's now 3 for 3 on the day. Shores will now face Petey Kraska, the first baseman, who had a single with an RBI back in the third when they plated those 2 runs. First pitch from Shores. Missing inside, not by much, but it's 1-0.
Yeah, the only chance for the play to be made on Delgado on that slow roller was Reeves cutting off that ball from getting to Milam, but once he bobbled it once, he did the smart thing and held on to it.
1-0 in the air, right center field. Stanfield coming over, in control, and easily makes the play for out number 1. That'll send Delgado back to first. And we'll send Wilson to the plate for the Lions. Fans, find out how you can build a better workday every day with Cintas. Visit Cintas.com. Get ready for the workday.
How about a center fielder, Alex Wilson?
Wilson also able to pick up a hit today. Had a single back in the third. Before that, led off in the second. Fly ball out to left field. And Josh Pearson. Runner at first, 1 out. The pitch. Sent back into the backstop and in the LED screen, and it's 0-1.
Delgado does have a stolen base down at first base. They are 7 of 8 as a team. They don't run a ton.
Not a very big lead by Delgado, but about 2.5 steps off the first base bag, and indecision by Wilson in a late swing gets Shores ahead now, 0-2. Tigers 5 runs on 4 Bingo Pest Product base hits today, including 2 home runs. Jones and Milam. Oh, another fine pitch that just missed the inside corner, and that's going to get the Tiger faithful a little angry.
Yeah, that felt like one of those ones where it probably was a strike, but because Aaron Beatty caught it, I guess, away from his body, Shores missed his spot by a little bit, but probably caught the strike zone. I had to guess. It didn't look like it.
The 1-2 belted base hit gets by Milam, bounces into left field. So second hit of the day for Wilson, and now runners first and second with 2 outs for North Alabama.
Yeah, and tip you hat to North Alabama. I mean, they've got 9 hits in the first part of this game. I mean, they've going up. They got down early, but they are not giving up. Took a pitch up in the zone, and that ball's hit hard through the 6-hole.
Now time going to be called. Jay Johnson now on his way out. Going to visit with Chase Shores here. 1 out. Runners first and second. Tigers leading by 3 runs, 5-2.
We got a little time, Chris. I'll give you a scoreboard update presented by Republic Finance. Top of the 8th in Norman, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is leading Sam Houston 6-3. Arkansas is beating Portland 5-3 in the top of the 9th. Tennessee leading St. Bonaventure 11-2. That game in the top of the 7th. Middle of the 9th in Lexington, Kentucky is leading Wofford 2-1. Bottom of the 8th in Columbia, South Carolina is blanking Morehead State 1-0. Bottom of the 5th in Columbia, Binghamton is beating Missouri 5-1. Remember, Missouri will be down in Baton Rouge next weekend. Vanderbilt is leading Xavier 4-0 in the top of the 6th. Xavier will be here Tuesday in Baton Rouge. Texas over Santa Clara 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Mississippi State 6, Queens 0. That game being played in Starkville, and it is in the bottom of the 5th. And Texas A&M, New Mexico State all knotted up at 1 apiece in the top of the 7th.
SEC scoreboard brought to you by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all of your personal loan needs. So after the meeting, Wes Walker stands in, the DH for the Lions, and the first pitch from Shores. Whatever Jay said to him seemed to work. It's the first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah,
Lions runners first and second here, and Shores again another inning. Have to work out of a little trouble. The 0-1. Popped
fly
into the air. Looks like infield fly as Dickinson just in front of the outfield grass at second base makes the play for the second out. So a little sigh of relief here for Chase Shores to get the second out of the inning. And that will bring the right fielder R.J. Sherwood, who started the game on Friday in right field, was inserted after the pinch hitter came in for the Lions there in the top of the 3rd inning. So he'll bat for the first time today. Sherwood batting 100 on the year. He's 2 for 20 at the plate. Runners take their lead, first and second. Shores fires and swing and a miss. Wipeout slider, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. Shores has been pitching with guys on, seems like all game. If the goal for Coach Johnson was to see how well Shores would pitch in the clutch, he's getting a good dose of it today.
The 0-1. Sherwood takes it, misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milam playing a couple of steps on the left field grass in the 6th hole. Reeves close to the line behind the third base bag to the right-handed hitter. This time going around, couldn't hold back as Sherwood on another nasty slider, and it gets Shores ahead 1-2.
You might want to stay with that pitch, that slider. Sherwood doesn't seem to be able to pick it up at the moment.
Huge lead off of second by Delgado. Shores will look back. Now the 1-2 pitch. A little low. They appeal down to first. They say Sherwood able to hold up. Evens the count 2-2.
Yeah, it looks like Shores actually went to that sinker. We see the four-seam a lot, but he'll throw that sinker just as hard. He'll throw that 97, 98 miles an hour, and that thing dives into the right-handed hitter.
Upright stance for Sherwood. He readies the bat. 2 outs. Runners first and second. The 2-2 from Shores. Swing and a miss. Shores with a huge punch out, his 4th of the day with a 95-mile-an-hour heater. And the Lions are done. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 men on. After 4.5 here at the box, LSU up 5-2. The Tigers have Stanfield at the bottom of the order. Started today's game, 70 degrees here in Baton Rouge, cooling off a little bit, now down to 64 degrees. But fans, you know it, before long, it is certainly going to see those temperatures rise. And when things are heating up, you can always cool it down when you count on Slow Melt Ice. Since 1997, Slow Melt Ice has been a leader in providing packaged ice for industrial and retail businesses in South Louisiana. For more info, check them out at slowmeltice.com. That's SLOMELTICE.com. We got a 5-2 LSU lead, bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the order, Chris Stanfield, the Tiger center fielder, will lead it off. The junior out of Tallahassee. On the day, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning, but he'll face a new pitcher on the mound for the Lions in place of the starter, Anthony Pinchton, here to start the bottom of the 5th.
They'll face number 12, Dylan Morrill, a senior right-hander, 5'10", 180-pounder.
First pitch for Morrill, upstairs for ball 1.
Morrill is making his 5th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 1.38 ERA. Does have 1 save. 13 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, 8 walks, and 14 strikeouts. Be 90-93 with the fastball.
Showing bunt. Stanfield brings it back, but it's a called strike. Evens it up.
Does have a slider, changeup, and a sinker, or a 2-seamer, and he'll throw that 2-seamer into right-handers. Again, 8 walks in 13 innings. He will get a little erratic at times.
1-1 delivery. Stanfield swings, lifts it in the air, shallow right field, going back. Initially the second baseman Lane, but it's Sherwood who makes the call and the grab in right field for out number 1. That was a major league airtime pop up that time by Stanfield. That's what allowed R.J. Sherwood, again coming in, to have a better take on it. Makes the play for the first out of the inning.
And the way Stanfield runs with that ball as high as it was, he might have been on third base had Sherwood missed it in right field.
Now we'll see Derek Curiel atop the order. He's 0 for 1 today. Did reach base by a walk in the 1st inning. Ground ball handled by Kraska on the flip to Pinchton, covering at first back in the 2nd inning. First pitch a little high, ball 1.
Connor Benj is the right-hander in LSU's bullpen, getting loose. Chase Shores is at 94 pitches on the afternoon.
Here's the 1-0. Inside, make it 2 balls, no strikes. And now the Lions almost automatically putting on the shift with left-handed hitters for the Tigers. They once again institute a shift with the shortstop Jenkins right of second base. The 2-0. Low and inside, make it 3 balls, no strikes. takes a little more time. Now up on the bump from the stretch, the 3-0 pitch. On a strike at the letters with Curiel taking all the way, and it's 3-1. Now some instructions from a home plate umpire. Reset the pitch clock. Hitters count here for Curiel, and the 3-1. Missed outside, ball 4. Second walk for Curiel today. 1 out, base on balls, puts him aboard. Morrow gives up his first walk, and that will bring Jared Jones to the plate to face the reliever for the first time. Jones 1 for 2 at the 2-run blast back in the first inning to right field. Get his 6th dinger of the season. One of 2 home runs for the Tigers today, give him 24 on the season.
Derek Curiel draws his 20th walk of the season. That is a team lead for LSU. And that's exactly why he's in the leadoff spot.
First delivery, a swing, and a high chopper, and it eats up Jenkins at shortstop. Took another bad short hop. He tried to get it with the glove, but it comes up the arm and falls harmlessly between second and third base, and Jones is safe at first. Get the ruling here in just a moment. Had a similar play back in the first inning that was ruled an error on the third baseman, Billingsley. That one hot off the bat of Jones and smashed it into the infield grass on the first bounce, and then on the second short hop, Jenkins unable to cleanly glove it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There was a play like that a few games ago where I thought for sure they would call it an error, and they ruled it a hit.
So now we'll see Dickinson at the plate with runners first and second. And they actually award that a single to Jones, so that'll be the 5th Bingo Pest Product base hit of the day for the Tigers. And now LSU with runners first and second here, trying to get a little more, up 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Looking for Dickinson to deliver. Squares the bunt, can't make contact. Pitch was outside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, you hear me talk about this a lot as an infielder. There's 2 different hops you want to try to get. You wanted to get the short hop or the big hop, the Sunday hop, candy hop, however you want to call it. And both errors, well, I shouldn't say that. The error they called on the third baseman earlier, he was trying to get the short hop and didn't get it, and neither did the shortstop there, as that ball misses down low for a ball. But I tell you, Chris, that just because that's the hop you want, it doesn't always mean it's the easy hop. I mean, short hops are still hard, especially when a ball hit as hard as it was from Jared Jones. It was not an easy play. And I guess the official scorer thought the same thing and issued it a hit.
Dickinson looking at a 3-0 count. There's a strike to make it 3-1 from Morrow. Stanfield flied out to right field to start the inning. Curiel again picking up the walk. Jones with the infield single, so runners first and second with the 1 away. Again, late bunt decision, and Dickinson fouls it down the third base line. That'll fill the count now to Daniel, the Tigers' second baseman. He looks to Jay Johnson, gets the signs. We'll dig back in. Curiel with good speed at second, and the Tigers off and running. Here's a swing, another high bounce on the infield, going to be handled by Billingsley at third. He fires a rocket across the diamond in time to get Dickinson for the second out of the inning, but the Tigers do advance the runners by putting them in motion. So now with 2 down, they'll put the bat in the hand of Josh Pearson with runners second and third and 2 out.
Yeah, good job by Billingsley. And to piggyback what I was saying about the hops, Billingsley did a good job with getting that big hop, not the short hop. The problem with trying to get the big hops sometimes is you got a guy running down 90 feet and trying to beat that out. So sometimes you got to come get the baseball in order to be able to get that out at first base. So there's a lot going on in an infielder's head.
First pitch offered up to Pearson, high and outside. It's 1-0. I agree with you. Again, you had Curiel burning down the baseline there. It was a great job by Billingsley to get tunnel vision, only focus on the ball, not distracted at all, made a great throw to first. Here's the 1-0 to Pearson. Off speed, but outside, make it ball 2. Josh today, a couple of lineouts, a soft liner at second base back in the first, and then a smoke liner handled by Kraska at first base back in the third inning. 2-0 the count, 2 outs. Runners second and third. The pitch inside on the hands. That'll make it 3 balls, no strikes now to Josh Pearson.
Be interesting to see if Coach Jay Johnson gives Pearson the swing away 3-0.
The pitch. Miss low for ball 4, and that'll load the bases for LSU. And bring to the plate Stephen Milam, who last time at bat took one deep for a solo shot over the right center field wall. That's going to bring a visit out on the mound here. Got a right-hander up and throwing, not up on the rubber in the bullpen yet, but a couple of guys playing toss in the bullpen. I don't know that they have anybody ready unless somebody was already warmed up. It looks like the pitching coach David Mervis out there to visit with Dylan Morrill, the relief pitcher.
Yeah, number 13 down in the Lions bullpen. That is right-hander Kyle Lewis. Lewis out of Leesburg, Virginia. That might be a visit just to see if Lewis can get going, because you're right, Chris. He wasn't throwing at the moment, or he wasn't throwing a little while ago. He's throwing at the moment, I should say. Connor Bench still getting loose in LSU's bullpen.
So Coach Mervis now done with the talk. Getting Lewis down there, the right-hander, just now starting to really pick up the intensity. Still yet to get on the rubber down in the bullpen, but trying to get him ready. Tigers with a chance to open it up here, albeit with 2 outs. Stephen Milam, who is 2 for 2 on the day, a single and scored in the first, and as I mentioned, a solo home run to right center field, his 4th of the year. So Morrill in some trouble here with the bases loaded. Righty on lefty, and the first pitch smack, but down the line, foul, first base side. Boy, did Milam jump on that one.
Well, he took a little bit of Doug Thompson's advice whenever the pitching coach goes out there to talk. However many, whatever the percentage is, it's high, of strikes being thrown after a pitching coach talks to the pitcher, and Milam was ready to hit. He unloaded on that down the right field line.
0-1 the count. Milam stands back in. The base is loaded. Here's the 0-1. Low and inside. Evens it up. Curiel at third, Jones at second, Pearson down at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike to Milam. The pitch in the air to center field. Wilson going back a few steps, reaches up, makes the grab for out number 3. The Tigers threaten here the bottom. Also flied out in the 4th inning, shallow right field, handled by Dickinson, the Tigers' second baseman. First pitch from Benj, misses low at the knees, fastball at 95 to introduce himself to Billingsley, and it's 1-0. Wind continuing to blow strongly left to right towards the Intimidator here. That pitch also ruled low with another fastball at 95, and it's 2-0. So Benj going to take a little time, step off the rubber now. Stand back on 2-0. Here's the pitch. Foul back into the screen, make it 2-1. Fans, we invite you out. Coming up March 17th, Monday night, Jay Johnson Show season premiere. Coach will be on hand, give the latest updates on Tiger baseball. The Jay Johnson Show presented by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. The 2-1 does miss high, now 3-1 the count. Billingsley on the season, 3 for 15, batting an even 200. Has hit 400 when leading off the inning here in 2025. Whoa, watch out. The 3-1 pitch almost got him in the noggin. Able to duck out of the way for ball 4, and a leadoff man aboard here. As Connor Benj offers up the base on balls. That's his 6th walk granted on the year. We'll see Lake Jenkins at the bottom of the order, who also is over 2. A couple of flyouts, one to left and one to right field. First pitch way outside his bench, kind of lost his footing when he came down with the plant. Spun around and lost control, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, you see Benj, he'll throw a slider and a cutter. They basically do the same thing. It's not much of a difference either from a velocity standpoint, and he does throw that sinker like a lot of them do, like Chase Shores does.
This one fouled back into the screen to even it up 1-1 as he comes back with a fastball.
Which a lot of those righty-on-righties, they'll like to throw that sinker to run in on the right-handers and then work that slider away from them.
The pitch, swing and a miss. Gets him ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jenkins stepped out, quickly digs back in. Runner at first, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Jenkins. Great comeback there by Benj after giving up the leadoff walk. Gets his first strikeout, and there's 1 away.
Now batting for the Lions, second baseman.
Yeah, good job. And really, went to the cutter. It kind of backed up on him, but he took enough off of it. Throws a fastball at 95, and when that cutter comes in at 87, really kind of spun on him, but it worked more like a changeup on that particular pitch. You've got left-hander number 41, DJ Primo, getting loose now in LSU's bullpen.
Out of the top of the order, Jonathan Lane takes the first offering, missing high, 1-0. Runner at first, 1 down. Tigers up 5-2. Here's a swing and a miss. Looked like that cutter at 87 makes it 1-1.
He's thrown it a handful of times in his first few hitters.
Big lead off of first, but a swing and a miss by Lane as Billingsley tried to bait both Benj and the catcher, Aaron Beatty. They focused on the hitter, and they get ahead 1-2. The pitch from Benj, fouled right side, out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Time, Jarrett Jones and Jake Brown both out there in shallow right field to get that foul ball. Jones quickly got back to first base with the base runner Billingsley dancing around. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jonathan Lane. Here's the pitch. A little low, comes in 2-2. Lane today struck out in the first inning to Shores, then a double, came around to score in the 3rd, then a single back in the 4th inning. He's 2 for 3. It's upped his average to 293. The senior out of Fort Lauderdale. Again, Billingsley with a 3-step lead off of first. The 2-2 pitch just missed the outside corner as Lane loaded the bat but stayed away, and it fills the count 3-2.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch. It was a better take from Lane, as with 2 strikes. Not sure how you lay off of it, but Lane was able to.
Payoff delivery. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Lane for the 2nd time today. And Connor Benj, after giving up the leadoff walk, punches out 2 here for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, he laid off the 2-2 pitch. Wasn't going to do it 3-2, as it was similar pitches in a similar spot. And good job by Connor Benj of getting right back in there, throwing strikes and getting 2 outs.
So now with 2 outs, Nash Rippon, the left-hander. The first pitch outside and high, ball 1. This one just missing. Fastball outside, 2-0. Seven full innings of work so far on the year for Connor Benj. 2-0 pitch off the end of the bat, high in the air to left field. Josh Pearson, though, getting over, gets under it, and grabs it for out number 3. No runs, no hits. Bench gives up the leadoff walk, but that man left stranded at first base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers leading Alabama. Jake Brown to lead it off for the Tigers. Expect to see Brown, Reeves, and Aaron Beatty due up for Coach Jay Johnson and LSU. Brown on the day, a single with an RBI in the first, flied out to right field last time in the 4th inning. First delivery, strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Again, the shift on, 3 infielders right of second base. Billingsley, the third baseman, even with the third base bag, and this one rifled to right center field. Jake Brown with his 2nd hit of the day, and the Tigers have the leadoff man aboard once again.
Yeah, Jake Brown, nice piece of hitting there, and when you've got the shift on, if you hit it hard enough, it doesn't matter, and Jake Brown just went right over the shortstop Jenkins, who was playing on the right side of second base. It was hit right at him, but it was just over his head, and Jake Brown leads it off in the 6th here.
So now we'll see Tanner Reeves, the Tiger third baseman. 0 for 2 on the day, couple of strikeouts. He'll swing at the first pitch. It's a bouncer foul down the first base line off speed that time for Morrow, and it's 0-1. Fans, don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text the words home run to 31996. Get your $59 AC system check. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Reeves out of Bottom, Texas, the redshirt junior, looking to get his first hit of the day. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Tanner Reeves during the 10-game win streak for LSU has gotten 19 at-bats. He's hitting .316 for the Tigers during that time.
This one missing outside. Morrow falls behind. 2 balls and 1 strike. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on this, the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Back with you from Alec Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field. A Sunday afternoon. Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair, our producer Adam Gattuso, the entire SEC Network Plus crew. This one opposite field, ground ball off the bat of Reeves, gets by Billingsley into left field. And indeed, Reeves with his first hit of the day. And now Tigers have runners first and second with back-to-back Bingo Pest Product base hits.
Well, they've been going soft to Reeves, and he's been out in front of everything, hitting everything down the right field foul line. And that one, they tried to sneak the fastball by him, and he stayed inside of it just enough and ripped it to the opposite field past the third baseman, Billingsley.
So now we'll see Cade Aaron Beatty trying to follow suit. He's 0 for 2 today. A couple of fly ball outs, but before he gets to see a pitch, we're going to see, I believe, is that Brackniak?
This mound visit is presented by Action.
Yeah, they don't have the number, the jersey on. He's got the top on, so it's tough to see if that's the head coach or not.
I believe it is. And again, they have the right-hander Lewis ready to go down in the bullpen here. Nobody out. Runners first and second. 3-run lead for the Tigers, 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But it's going to be a continued conversation here out on the mound. That'll bring the home plate umpire out to kind of hurry things up. Mick Paul, by the way, going to swing here for Aaron Beatty. So Mick Paul picks up the bat. Pinch hit here, gets a little instruction from Jay Johnson from the top step of the dugout. Now it looks like coaching staff asking for something out of the dugout. Maybe a technology issue here. And looks like maybe they'll run out a new wristwatch, not sure. That appears to be the case.
Yeah, they got all their plays and everything in the. That's not the pitcher though, right?
No,
that's the shortstop. So that's what it is. Yep, a little bit of a uniform malfunction, but they've got it right now.
So Dylan Morrill will stay on the bump for the Lions here. They get the technology straightened out, and Mick Paul ready to dig in from the left side. Paul early on this season, 2 for 6, 4 runs scored. He's walked twice, struck out 3 times. He's got runners first and second here, and the Tigers trying to add to a 5-2 lead in the bottom half of the 6th frame. Brown at second, Reeves at first. Morrill checks and now fires. Showing bunt is Paul. He'll bring it back. The pitch is inside, and it's 1-0.
Looks like right-hander Jaden Newt is getting loose for LSU. That's who it appears to be.
Morrill takes some time. Now comes set. Here's the 1-0. Again, Paul to bunt. Lays it down right in front of home plate. Picking it up, Delgado. Going to be a tough play, but he's able to get the speedy Mick Paul out at first base for the first out of the inning. But the sac bunt advances runners second and third. And Paul gets a hand from the Tiger faithful here at the box.
Yeah, perfectly executed bunt by Mick Paul. Squares around, gets it just out far enough where Delgado had to chase it out a little bit and had only one play, and that was the play at first base.
Now it brings Stanfield at the bottom of the order, and of course yesterday in the 6-2 win, Stanfield with a suicide squeeze at the plate to score Milam. Runner second and third, and the first pitch to Stanfield. Called strike, and it's 0-1. Fastball of 91. Stanfield gets the sign. Ready to go, the right-hander. Coach Jordan with instructions to Brown, the base runner at third. The pitch, low and outside. Ball 1. Brown scampering there as the pitch was delivered down the third base line. Got the attention of Matthew Delgado, to be sure. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stanfield. Brown at third, Reeves at second base with 1 out. Infield playing in at the corners. Now a throw over to third to Billingsley, but Brown only a couple of steps off the bag, easily back.
Yeah, with less than 2 outs, be interesting to see, or I should say with 1 out, and you got a guy at third base, infield in. A lot of times you'll see the coach put on down contact play where Brown will run as soon as he sees ball on the ground. We'll see what he does here.
Missing outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Stanfield.
Thought is you want to put the pressure on the defense and make them make a play at home plate. You don't want any hesitation, but it's also changed a little bit over the years. Again, sometimes you'll put in the play it safe mode too, where you want to see it past the infielders.
2-1, going to catch him on the wrist. So the hit batter going to load the bases for LSU for the second time today. So Stanfield reach base for the first time on the afternoon. And out of the top of the order, Derek Curiel up to the plate for LSU. Fans serving the world's best baby back ribs, fresh seafood, Cajun-inspired comfort food. You know it, it's TJ Ribs, where baseball fans go to celebrate all season long. Host of our weekly Jay Johnson Coaches Show beginning on March 17th. Find him anytime at 2324 South Acadian Thruway. So a big opportunity here for LSU. 1 out, bottom of the 6th, bases loaded. Curiel at the plate. Pitch from Morrill misses inside, ball 1.
Curiel, a very patient hitter. You feel like he's never going to really chase anything out of the zone. Always going to be something he wants to hit.
In the corner, infield's playing in just off the cut of the grass. They've got shortstop playing right of second base. Curiel swings, sends it back into the screen to even the count 1-1. So a lot of real estate between second and third on the left side of the diamond. Lions looking for Curiel to try to pull here with the bases loaded. The 1-1. That one will catch the outer half. Gets Morrill ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Chris, I went with J.C. Holt, which was before your time a little bit, that I compared Curriel to. Is there anybody in your mind that you have that he reminds you of?
You know, I've gone back and forth for a couple of different reasons. I'll tell you those measurements after this 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled off by Curriel towards the first base dugout of the Tigers. I mentioned on Friday to you that Curriel, the ability to slow the game down, again, to seem so in control for a true freshman, reminds me a lot of Dylan Cruz and his at-bats and his approach in his early days at LSU.
Absolutely.
From a hitting and swing standpoint, reminds me a lot of Duplantis. So this one misses high. And again, going back to just my 10 seasons of LSU baseball. But
well, Duplantis had
both of those pretty good.
Yeah, if he can mimic. If we've got Duplantis and Cruz in one person, we got something there, Chris. I like that.
Now, I imagine, and I recognize that's a lot of pressure to put on Curriel, but so far he has been able to handle it. This pitch, again, a good take. It misses outside. That'll fill the count. Nowhere to put Derek with the bases loaded here for Dylan Morrill, relief pitcher for the Lions. He'll be forced to make a payoff delivery here. Bases loaded, Brown at third, Reeves at second, Stanfield plenty of speed at first base. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Payoff delivery. Upstairs, ball 4. That'll bring Brown in to score. That makes it 6-2 LSU. That's really good at bat by Curriel. There were a couple there that were close. He was able to put it, keep the bat back, and eventually earn the base on balls.
Yeah, and that's, again, he doesn't have a hit today. You look at it, he's 0 for 1, but every time you look down, he's on first base. He's drawing walks. He's making things happen. I mean, I can't think of a better guy in that leadoff position than Derek Curriel.
So Dylan Morrill walks in a run. The base on balls to Curriel, and he's awarded to face now Jared Jones with the bases loaded and 1 out. Jones already with a 2-run blast back in the first inning. Off the starter. First pitch, able to get the breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Right-hander down in the Lions bullpen, starting to get really hot down there.
Again, the base is full, 1 out. The 0-1 to Jones, way outside. Great job by Delgado with the backhand, sliding to his right to keep it in front of him. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's Kyle Lewis, number 13, down in North Alabama's bullpen, playing catch.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Bear. The pitch. Big swing, but it comes up empty. Falls behind in the count, 1-2. You know, yesterday he sent one towards the football operations building, way out of here. He was trying for one there. So now we'll see 2-strike approach for Jones with the bases loaded. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. Elevated slightly off speed, and a great pitch by Morrill wins the battle. 2nd out of the inning. The relief pitcher from the Lions records his first strikeout. And it was a big one to get the 2nd out of the inning. And now he'll face Daniel Dickinson.
Yeah, off-speed pitches that stay up in the zone don't usually end up well for the pitcher. It did that time. The change in speeds just got Jones a little bit, and sometimes you miss. Sometimes you tip your hat to the pitcher. They make a pitch that you weren't prepared for.
Dickinson swings at the first offering. It's a foul, grounder down the third base line. Daniel today aboard on a error by Billingsley on a ground ball back in the first inning. He would come around to score in that 4-run inning for the Tigers. A couple of ground outs to Billingsley since that the third baseman for the Lions have handled. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Chase this one low, swing and a miss, and he falls behind, 0-2. He'd like to have that one back.
That pitch was down in the zone, though. A lot of times that's what young pitchers out there, doesn't necessarily mean if you don't throw 97 you can't pitch. If you can hit spots and stay down in the zone, you can get guys out.
The 0-2 ground ball. This one going to be fair. just over the third base bag. Coming in to score will be Reeves, and into third base safely is Stanfield, as Billingsley could not beat him back to the third base bag. Great placement by Dickinson on the swing, and it got on Billingsley quick, but it brought him really over the bag. He had to wait for that last bounce. He knew it was fair, got up off the ground, but Stanfield way too much speed to get him at third base.
Yeah, 2 outs, you're going on contact, and a lot of things were working against Billingsley there. Obviously, he lost his footing a little bit, kept it in front of him, but with Stanfield running from second to third, he'd have had a better chance with anybody else on the Tiger team of trying to foot race him back and get the force out at third. Wasn't able to beat him there.
Dickinson finds a way with the RBI infield single to get Pearson to the plate, and the first pitch is high and deep. Sherwood doesn't even look. This baby is out of here. Pearson with the grand slam towards the Intimidator at the top of the diamond deck. Pearson with his second home run of the weekend, second on the season, and it's a grand slam to open this game up. 11-2 Tigers. Wow!
You talk about a no-doubter, Chris. That ball was bouncing up on the Marucci Performance Center roof up there. Might have to call some roofers and see if they can, we got any broken tile, because that ball was up in the zone. Pearson knew it. Right fielder Sherwood knew it. I think everybody in the stadium knew it. I got some electricity going in here.
No doubt about it. 11-2 now. Third LSU Online home run of the day for the Tigers. A big one there. 4 runs in. 11-2 now. Time called, and this may be all for Dylan Morrow. As once again, Jad Pragniak on his way out. Looks like Lewis will be called upon, and he'll make the call. So the grand slam off the bat of Josh Pearson runs Morrow off the mound. Pitching change powered by Sunshine. Tell you more about the new Lion pitcher when we continue here in the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Tigers have plated 6 runs so far. 11-2, they lead North Alabama here in Game 3. This is Fighting Tiger Baseball.
Change up. That'll sit from 72 to 75 miles an hour. Says he wants to throw the change up a lot. He'll throw it to both righties and lefties.
Milam stands in to face Lewis. First batter for the Tigers to face the right-hander. 66-mile-an-hour Bugs Bunny curve there for a strike. It's 0-1. Milam literally looked back into the dugout after that pitch. And now time called, as I believe Milam asked for it and was granted time. They also moved Jenkins again, with Milam batting from the left side. Into the shift, they'll move him right of second base.
Well, he tries to get you out with pitches that are soft. I mean, his fastball is only 81 to 84.
Milam jumps on this one and sends it foul deep down the line and right out of play. It's 0-2. There was a big overhand there at 67 miles an hour.
Well, the big Bugs Bunny curveball, you'll see it. It says 67 to 79 miles an hour on the scout report. So it's that big loopy curveball. And if you're not disciplined as a hitter and stay back, he can make you look silly. You just got to be patient. Has nothing to really beat you. You just can't get out on that front foot.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Milam down on strikes, and that'll end it for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning.